Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your man Vince Pass in the building for tonight's show, The Chop. We here, you know what I mean? Tune in on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. You're going to catch this show. We go live on IG, on two IG fronts. We have One Voice, One Mic IG. You catch that page. You got the Vince Pass page on IG. Then I'm also on YouTube. You go to www.youtube.com/Vince Pass. And then you have the Facebook Live page, or you can go on Twitch as well. So as you see, I'm having issues on this other page right now. So I think I'm gonna have to drop off for this one. And guess it's got to use data on that one. That's about it. So yeah, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Vince Pass in the building. Yo, let's talk about it. Hey, today's a beautiful day, Wednesday. I'm quite sure everybody had a dope day today, you know. So we can talk about a lot of things right now. Sports. Hey, yo, KD did his thing last night. Shout out to Brooklyn. I don't got my sound effects yet. I will be getting on that in a second. Shout outs to everybody who done came in, logged in, things like that, man. Yo, thank y'all for coming in. We got the chat room up right now. So if you're on YouTube, on Facebook Live, whatever you type in, I'm definitely going to be able to see it. We can put it up on the screen. Any questions you got, any comments you got, we're going to throw it out there. You feel what I'm saying? Again, thank you for coming in and tuning in to The Chop tonight. I also got the podcast. Don't forget One Voice, One Mic. So the audio, if you can't catch the video of this and you want to catch the audio, I'll definitely have that up this week. All right. You can catch it on Anchor.fm, right? /Vince dash pass, or you catch me on iHeart, Apple, Google, Spotify, and about seven other podcasting platforms as well. So yeah, you can catch me on all that. I'm out there. I'm doing what I'm doing. You feel me? So look, I know everybody haven't come in yet, but you know we're gonna get it started, get it rolling. So listen, if you look down in my lower third over here, you're gonna see where I say, yo, the passion of Juneteenth becoming what's going on, family? The passion of Juneteenth becoming a national holiday. Is it a step in the right direction, or is it being served as a pacifier? But before I get into that, yo, I really honestly got to give a shout out to my man KD, man. Oh my God, yo, last night's performance was epic. I don't even know what to say about it. If anybody got anything to say about it, put it in the chat, man. That was something phenomenally. It was phenomenal. It was, man. Yo, listen, it is no way that you've been up all game and you let them come back like that. Like, yo, whoever doubted the Slim Reaper, yo, there's no more doubts. There's no more doubt. Shout out to my man Roger out there on the west side. You dig what I'm saying? Not the west side of Cincinnati. I'm talking about the west side of the country. Shout out to my man Robbie Davis. Shout out to my man Will West the best. Shout out to my girl. I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying? My girl Big Dawn in the building. And shout out to everyone who tunes in. Shout out to my family, Dark Skin Winter in the building. Just want to say thank y'all for coming out here and, you know what I mean, taking time to check out The Chop. So listen, like I said, the passing of Juneteenth becoming a national holiday, man. Is it a step in the right direction or what? You dig what I'm saying? So listen, for all you guys that really don't know what Juneteenth is, I'm going to read what it is to you. So bear with me for a moment. You know what? I don't want to make the same mistake that I made last night. Remember, I was reading something and I put challenge instead of chase. I put chase instead of challenge, which was the correct word. So let me throw on these specs right here. You feel what I'm saying? My educated glasses right here, you dig? And let me go ahead and read this off. So for all you that don't know what Juneteenth is, Juneteenth, right, is officially now called Juneteenth National Independence Day, also known as Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Liberation Day, and Emancipation Day. It's a holiday celebrating the emancipation of those who have been enslaved in the United States. Originating in Galveston, Texas, it is now celebrated annually on June 19th throughout the United States, with increasing official recognition. It is commemorated on the anniversary date of the June 19, 1865 announcement of the General Order No. 3 by Union Army General Gordon Granger, proclaiming freedom from slavery in Texas. Now, President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation of 1862 had officially outlawed slavery in Texas and the other states that have rebelled against the Union. Almost 2.5 years earlier, enforcement of the proclamation generally relied on the advance of Union troops. Texas, as the most remote of the slave states, has seen an expansion of slavery. It had a low presence of Union troops as the American Civil War ended. Thus, enforcement there had been slow and inconsistent prior to Granger's announcement. Although the Emancipation Proclamation declared an end to slavery in the Confederate States, it was still legal and practiced in two Union border states, that's Delaware and Kentucky, until the end of 1865, when ratification of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution abolished chattel slavery nationwide in December. Additionally, Indian territories that had sided with the Confederacy, namely the Choctaw, were the last to release those enslaved in 1866. So I just wanted to give y'all a little quick history lesson about it. Of course, if you want to find out more about it, you could definitely hit up Wikipedia. And even if you want to find out more about it, you can look up Encyclopedia Britannica, however. But definitely do not be afraid to go learn what Juneteenth actually is. Now, because Juneteenth has basically took off, and I'm gonna be honest with you, as much as a history major that I am, and as much as I love history, Juneteenth wasn't even a big deal up until the last, I believe, 3 or 4 years. You had Kwanzaa. When Kwanzaa comes around, it has a lot more light and power than Juneteenth, or and any holiday that we as African Americans celebrate, it doesn't really get a lot of light. But Juneteenth started to get a lot of traction, especially in these last 3 or 4 years. Especially when you had Black Lives Movement started, especially when you had all of the excuse me, the murders of young black males in police custody, shootings by police, and you had anti-gay sentiments happening. You had all this stuff going on at the same time. And so when Juneteenth happened and it started to, like I said, catch traction, it was during the time when all of this stuff got put into the melting pot. It wasn't really until last year when we had COVID, we were separated, all of this stuff that's going on. Black Lives Matter movement really started taking off, right? The basically I have to say the LGBTQ community took off, okay? And now recently we have the anti-Asian situation that's going on right now. And now on the back end of all of this, we have the passing of Juneteenth as being a recognized national holiday where only 3 states will recognize it as a paid day off. So I asked in the conversation, is it a step in the right direction or is it a pacifier? Of course, I had a conversation with a colleague of mine, Sharif D. King. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sharif D. King. He's doing big things up in the Niagara market right now. Shout out to him. He is he is part of their news team up there now. Shout out to you, Sharif. Thank you for always keeping me abreast of what's going on with you. Tap in the building. So all I'm saying is that when all of this stuff began to take place, you feel what I mean? What was the premise, really, honestly, behind them passing Juneteenth? And so I just have a question about it. And so as me and Sharif were conversating about it today, he brought up some interesting things. But still, Sharif, I gotta play devil's advocate here. I still gotta, ha cha cha. You know what I mean? I still gotta do it. You feel me? What does it mean for us now that we have Juneteenth passed? Well, what does that mean for us in blacks in education? What does that mean for us in the conversation of reparations? What does that mean for Black America in present? You feel what I'm saying? Black America in present, okay? Then we could talk about Black America in future. Now, I gotta say, the conversation that we had was very much enlightening, and I will say this. We cannot, it's hard for, we cannot continue to keep saying, the white man this, the white man that, the white man has done this, and the white man has done that. We can say that all day on the real. That is a never-ending story, okay? The question is at this point, now that they have recognized that slavery did exist, and we know that many other states, including Texas and South Carolina, are trying to take the true history of what is taking place in America with slavery and even with the indigenous people out of the history books, right? What does that mean for us? Because they're doing that. Regardless of anything, we still have to keep the fact that history is alive, and history is the heartbeat of what America has been founded on. You can say it's been founded on violence, it's been founded on this, and founded on that. But if the truth is not being told, you feel what I'm saying? Who are we holding accountable? Again, is this a recognition, not a recognition, is this them saying that, yo, this thing really happened? Now we can't sweep it up under the rug. We got to face it. So based upon what the last administration did, they did a terrible job when it came to race riots and controlling the race narrative. Okay. But Joe Biden and Kamala have come in, and there's been a lot of bipartisanship. There's been a lot of basically people joining together to try to bring a peaceful resolve to Black America's plight of dealing with what slavery, the impact that slavery has had over us over the last 500 years. And again, as Sharif and I was talking, Sharif brought up a very, very good point, and I have to share it tonight. I had said that, I wish Paul Mooney was alive to see this, because I seen a IGTV today of Paul Mooney talking about Black people could survive anything. You feel what I'm saying? And we've survived 500 years of oppression, rape, brutality, miseducation, discrimination, dissemination, emasculation. We've survived all of those things, and we're still surviving. So now the question becomes, what are we going to do to begin to thrive? Now, also within that, we can't keep continuing with the narrative now of, yo, white man did this, white man did that. Even though we know white man holds the big banks and all that, we know that already. But again, I go back to something that I said years ago. What are we doing on the grassroots level? What are we doing in our immediate community, okay, to build that up? I want to address this issue here. And I asked, what does that mean for Black America in present? And I asked the question, Black man, where are you at in all this? Black father, where are you at in all this when it comes to your sons and to your daughters? Where are you at when it comes to raising the family? Where are you at when it comes to treating the woman properly? Where are we at when it comes to you continuing education? Doesn't have to mean you got to go to school, okay? It means that, yo, where are you at in entrepreneurship? Where are you at in trying to come together? Where are you at instead of trying to rip the block apart? Where are you at in present? Because when we look at the news, the passing of Juneteenth, in my opinion, almost means nothing if all I keep seeing is black faces in the murder column. We done murdered this, we done murdered that, we done shot someone this, we done shot someone that. We done did all that. But again, how is passing Juneteenth going to serve us if we're not willing to take care of us? If we're not willing, again, like my man Tappin Leon White just said, if we're not willing to educate our own selves to get ourselves up out of the situations that we're in, what's the purpose of celebrating Juneteenth? What is the purpose of even celebrating all of the things that many of our ancestors that came before us, who fought and died for to get past, laws to get passed, things that happen for us? You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose of fighting for all those things if we're not willing to put down our own arms against one another? So I don't want to address the pacifier issue until we address our own issue, which is a continuum. It's a continuum. And we keep going through the same thing. Oh, and I'm tired of going through that same thing over and over. I'm tired of having the same conversation. I'm just tired. It's about what we do now. Exactly right, Sharif. It's what we're going to do now. So tonight, this conversation is not about the pacifier. Let's be clear. Because we already know every time something gets passed for black people, we already know that somebody's going to come along of another species, and they're going to try to remove that. You dig what I'm saying? It's always something. Every time something good comes, we know something bad is coming. It still does not mean that we can't affect the change right now. It's about what we do now. Period. 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 So while we out there trying to tear the block apart, while we out there still being disrespectful to the black woman, while we out there still not taking care of our kids, while we out here still going out there trying to, running up credit cards and not taking care of our responsibilities, while we out here trying to spend champagne with beer money, you feel what I'm saying? While we out here, still disrespecting our mothers, while we out here still not being the people, the men, or the women that we're supposed to be and respect and love one another, we're still putting ourselves in a situation where when we look at a situation like the passing of Juneteenth, right, it's being all for nothing. It's being all for nothing. It's like it's like being a LeBron James right now, who did all that blood, sweat, and tears in the offseason, turned around, had the shortest offseason, right? Came back with a monster team, and they came up short this year. After they put in all that work. So our ancestors are feeling the same way. Yo, we put in all this work, B. What are y'all doing? Rolling over in their graves. What are we going to do now? It's a step in the right direction. We just got a $40 billion settlement, which I must talk about real quick, which was put on hold by the Supreme Court, because President Biden, tried to put it in his stimulus package bill. So that got held off for a second. But $40 billion for black farmers was granted because their rights were violated by big business. All right? Have to leave in love and go within, hand heal ourselves first. Definitely. My man Leon White tap in. You feel what I'm saying? You catching Wiz Planet. You feel me? He just said that we have to lead with love. Definitely. And go within and heal ourselves. Definitely. For sure. It's about what we do now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to keep talking to you about what happened 30 years ago. I'm not going to do that right here. I'm not going to do that what happened 40 years ago. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? We know about the voter suppression. We know that's going to go on. We know everything that's going to go on when it comes to us making moves, when it comes to us trying to make progression. We know this already. We know this. So now we got Juneteenth on the table. What are we going to do to celebrate Juneteenth? Not just go out here and have a cookout. What is on your agenda? I knew what you meant, Wiz. What is on your agenda? What is on your agenda? Mothers that are out there, please, Father's Day is coming up. I understand that you may be the single parent, but please do not take credit for being the father. You're the mother. What are we going to do? We got to start putting things in order. Things have got to start being in order. Period. Juneteenth, in my opinion, is definitely a celebration. So yeah, I'm not going to celebrate on the 19th. I'm not going to celebrate then. I'm going to celebrate tonight with this swig of water. All right? People spending too much time living in the past. You very much right. What's going on, brother Kenny? How you doing tonight, man? My man Kenny Gordon checking in from the GA. You did? Holla at you. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Sharif. Flat out. People are spending too much time living in the past. Yo, we can't go back and change nothing. Period. Let me know if anybody got a time machine and how we going to change it. What we doing? We going to jump in this past or what? Yo, listen, B, y'all got this time machine right here. Yo, look, yo, we can go back during, Nat Turner's revolt. You feel me? And we can go ahead and kill some more white people. And then, this won't never be right here, right now. Now, listen, man. We cannot go back in the past. I can't change what I said 1 minute ago. Can't do none of that. You feel me? What's up in the chat room? Y'all, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. You feel what I'm saying? You can hit the link, go to YouTube, right? www.youtube.com/Vince Pass. I'm on Facebook Live on my Vince I'm That Dude Pass page. You can catch it on IG right now on my Vince Pass IG page. share and like it. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, we just chopping it up right now. We got to show people how to treat us in our national holiday. Facts, big facts. Let's talk about that for a second. So now that we got Juneteenth on the book, you feel what I'm saying? Hey, listen, in order for us to gain the respect that we so choose to ask for and we say we deserve, we have to first treat ourselves correctly and respectfully and in accordance to how we want to be treated. You feel what I'm saying? I agree with you, Kitty. Too many people spending time on the past, and yes, we can learn from the past. You dig what I'm saying? We definitely can learn from the past. We can learn from the past, and it's not saying that. It's not saying that with Sharice's statement about how people are spending too much time in the past. What it is that a lot of times when we go into the past and we don't pull those lessons out, of course, again, you know how I go, Kenny. Like you always told me, it's your turn. We're gonna repeat that if we don't learn that. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna repeat it if we don't learn it. So I will never say for one moment, like, yo, it's not okay for us to go dig into that past. Yeah, we gotta dig up them old bones sometime. You feel what I'm saying? So we can see what happened. You feel me? We gotta see what happened, and we gotta see what mistakes that we don't want to make again. So definitely, we can learn from the past. Some people are scared to face the past to make change. Yeah, that's true. That's true. People are afraid to even face themselves. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna share this shot real quick. Let me first say this, man. I want to give a shout out to my man Kenny Gordon. Kenny Gordon is one of my mentors. You feel what I'm saying? Also, he's a very good childhood friend of mine. He helped me through some dark times in my life, and I got to tell you, he's been like this to me ever since we were kids. Okay, he's always been that voice of reason to me when we were kids. You feel me? So I want to we have to look at things from outside of this box. A lot of times we get trapped in our own thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to definitely deal with the last two statements in a second. We always got to have someone to blame. We always have to have a scapegoat somewhere. But the question is, with all of this that's going on, Juneteenth, things like that, when are we going to own what we have done to our own selves? Juneteenth is great. All that's great. But when are we going to own what we have done to ourselves? You dig what I'm saying? And I'm going to put that up there too, Kenny. We always need to blame someone for our struggles, and that's so true. And that's on a simple level. You dig what I'm saying? That's even when you're at work. You feel what I'm saying? You'll be at work and somebody was supposed to do something that day, but the reality is that you have responsibility for it. Okay, we're gonna blame that person that you said should have done it, but at the end of the day, the fact is that we should own it. Thanks for being. Hey, yo, my man, my people say, Kenny, thanks for always having my uncle back, man. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, I appreciate that, man. And Kenny definitely appreciate that too. Yeah, we always need to blame somebody for our struggles. You dig what I'm saying? That's true. And at some point, we have to, come away from blaming ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Not blaming ourselves, excuse me. We have to own ourselves and stop blaming others. That's what I meant to say. Let's be clear. Let me clear that up real quick, okay? We have to take ownership of where we at right now, okay? Because, look, nobody from the NRA is out there shooting anybody right now. Everybody you see on the news right now is black. It's not black face, it's black. We are killing one another at a rapid rate. So I'm still wondering, do you still understand why Juneteenth got passed that? What is the purpose of it? Yo, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. Clap, clap, bravo. You did what I'm saying? It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Yo, tell your parents to tune in, nephew. We'll definitely get a lesson. I got a bunch of cats on here that'll definitely give the lesson. You feel what I'm saying? Old, young, don't matter how old you are. We still have to, again, own and take responsibility for ourselves. Again, it doesn't matter what begins to happen. No matter what bills or laws get passed. No matter what amount of money you make. None of that matters if we're not owning where we're at right now. So, I gotta tell you, man, that I love the fact that we have platforms out here that we can express our opinion. Like I tell y'all, man, it's one voice, one mic. This is all it is. And of course, I'm entitled to my opinion, and everyone is entitled to theirs. You feel me? And I'm always going to address everyone's opinion if I can, in my 30 to 45-minute show. And I just want to tell you that I appreciate the passion that everyone brings to the show, whether it be one person watching, whether it be 15, 20 people watching. I appreciate this, man. You dig what I'm saying? And so my nephew say, Truvis GPXS says, still scared to face the past or admit. So as long as I'm real with myself, I can only worry about myself. That's true. That's true. I could definitely say that you should worry about yourself. And you should always put yourself in a position where you are not afraid to look in the mirror at yourself. Okay? Because you can't make somebody own something if you're not willing to own you. You feel me? So, definitely always keep the mirror up to yourself. Now, are we moving in the right direction? Heck yeah, we moving in the right direction. You know why? Excuse me for a minute. Oh yeah, we talk about the violence, Kenny. Kenny says, we put that up there. We started blaming police, so police fell back and said, let's really see who's killing who. They're watching us kill each other. Exactly. Yo, I'm going to leave that sitting right there. That right there, I'm going to leave that sitting right there. That's all they doing. They sit back, defund the police? You can't be serious. Shout out to my man Pool Basketball Heads in the building. You can't be serious. You can't be defund the police. You saying defund the block. Defund the block. The block is what's killing y'all. Y'all don't see us out here busting guns on y'all every day. Y'all talking about, a lot of times, I gotta say, the police get a raw deal. Shout out to my people that's on the NYPD, Cincinnati Police Force. I know a lot of police officers from Georgia all over, man, the people that do the great job, that are the good officers, okay? Yo, how do you expect for people to defend you when you're not willing to defend yourself? You feel me? When are you going to stop placing just the entire blame of what's going on in the black community right now, of all of the murders that's happening on police officers? Yo, that's unrealistic. Some of y'all live in a real unrealistic place. Yo, your reality is definitely skewed on that. Okay, I'm gonna need for y'all, before y'all sit up here and say, yo, police violence. Yo, look at the violence that we perpetuate amongst ourselves. I'm gonna need for y'all to really take care of that part first. Stop just trying to isolate these officers out here. Okay, let me say it. Stop just trying to isolate white police officers, okay? Because, again, like Kenny said earlier, we need somebody to blame for the struggle, okay? Let's stop doing that. And you can't be too vulnerable in this life, and I understand. I'm going to address that. I'm definitely going to address that. But are we moving in the right direction? Let's talk about that for a second. Heck yeah, we moving in the right direction. Because now that they done passed Juneteenth, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is up to all of you to get ready to hold whoever is in the position of power in your community. You are to hold them accountable. I'll say that again. You are responsible for holding your local politician, your state politician, your federal politician accountable. So yes, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you really want to know what's going on, start attending, okay? Start attending your meetings down at City Council. Start attending, watching those state meetings that come on. Start watching C-SPAN, okay? If you really want to know what's going on, if you really want to be a part of a change, okay, you got to start doing your homework. And some of you just don't like doing your homework because why should I do it? Somebody else is doing it. Again, passing the buck. How are you going to become knowledgeable of anything, okay, to be able to teach your kids about that is relevant to their survival if you're not learning it? Hold on, let me swig this water real quick. Come back in 10 seconds. 10 seconds up. I'm just saying, how are you going to hold somebody accountable for not knowing. How you gonna hold your kid accountable for not learning how to write a business letter, and you don't know how to write a business letter, and you haven't taught? So explain that to me. Explain it. You see, because again, if we can't get the 1 + 1 is right, how we expect to get 144 times 144 right? Like, come on, the math don't add up. The math don't add up. The math just don't add up. How you expect, if you can't get 1 + 1 is right, how you expect to do math on this level? If you can't control your money on this basic level, you feel me? Shout out to my man Blue Lopey for Blue Films in the building. Yo, if you cannot manage dollar bills, why you keep praying to God every day to give you thousands of dollar bills? I'm gonna take a page out of my man. What's his name, man? Oh man, the comedian, man, Mike Epps. And I'm gonna say this. Yo, we have a rented life. Yo, we're renting this life. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in this life we gonna be able to take with us. All right. So I wish all of you people that are out here asking to be multi-millionaires, and you're not willing to pay the price to become a multi-millionaire. You haven't paid the price to even become a multi-thousandaire. You won't even pay the price to become a hundredaire. And some of you damn near won't get a job. Please stop blaming other people for your situation. It's people that died for this thing right here. It's people that's right now on the chopping block right now. It's people that's still in jail for going out here, fighting for these rights to happen. Some of you can't even go live in Georgia right now. Some of you can't even survive what's going on in Georgia right now. The whole state is under turmoil right now due to the voting suppression that's happening out there. And that is a predominantly black state. And they've been holding on to that thing like it's the Confederate flag headquarters. And it is. They've been holding on to power down there. And they know if they lose the voting registration, the voting suppression piece, the state of Georgia is lost to them. They know this. Like they know it here in Ohio as well. So please, don't think that the passing of Juneteenth, that is supposed to stop there. Hold your politicians accountable. Hold your elected officials accountable. Hold your superintendents of your board of education system accountable. Hold your teachers accountable. Yo, listen, the level of accountability of Juneteenth passing went up by 1,000. And if you don't think so, you're sadly mistaken. You haven't been paying attention, even though Kaepernick still don't have a job. What he set out to do, I got to tell you, man, a lot of this ball is rolling, and we may not even want to give credit to that. It's because a lot of what he did, what he sacrificed, his entire NFL career. My man Ken said it's still a red state, even if you don't want to believe it or not. Yes, it is. Georgia's still a red state. Ohio's still a red state. For all you people that's thinking that we in the clear, we not yet, ladies and gentlemen. There's still work that has to be done. So now I ask, as we begin to close, how are we going to continue to blame and Harper on what the white man keeps doing to us? How? When we still are doing it to ourselves. The one thing I really want to touch on as we begin to come down to the end of the show is, again, I said you need to hold all the powers accountable. If you're not voting, but more importantly, forget just the vote. If you don't know who your politician is, and there's somebody that knows who your politician is, that information needs to be plastered all over social media then. And I'm not talking about the lies of a person. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're trying to find out who an opponent is, find out who the opponent is. Find out who you voting for. Question them, see them. Show up at the rallies. Feel me? Show up where they at. Give them the tough questions. You got to get involved because the passing of Juneteenth was not just the beginning. I'm only worried about Pookie when I go to the ATM. Oh man, kids said, yo, I'm only worried about Pookie when you go to the ATM. You silly, man. Yeah, hey, and that's fact. Oh, I just want to let y'all know today, the governor of Texas, he passed the no permit free gun law. I need to look up on that. Every state right now is getting ready to do away with having permits for to carry, conceal and carry, having open carry, not conceal. I think you should have a permit for conceal and carry, but for open carry, you may not have to have no permit. You just can't have no felonies. But anyway, yo, reparations. That's the new conversation. Trust and believe me, that's going to come up on the forefront very shortly. But like I said, they need to follow the story that with about the black farmers that won the $40 billion lawsuit and haven't got paid yet, because that is a form of reparation for what big businesses have done to them. They got $40 billion. Do you know how many black farmers are here in the United States that just got hit with $40 billion? They do not want them to have that $40 billion because you got to know what that means. Those farmers are going to come together. And guess what? It's not that many black farmers in the United States. They do not want them guys, them brothers and them sisters that had them farms for generations to get that money. Anybody got anything to say about the passing of Juneteenth? One of the best things that could have happened, man. One of the best things that could have happened. One of the best things that could have happened. So it gives light to two things. Three things. A couple of things, actually. It gives light to the fact that, yes, that now it's no more of a denial of what took place here in America. Okay? No one could downplay the slavery that took place in America anymore. Because when you got a state like Texas, one of the racist states in the United States, celebrating for years Juneteenth, let me know if I'm in the Twilight Zone. Let me know. Because I can't be making this up. You got to know that this thing is real. But let's talk about the second thing that's taking place. Now the conversation again, and I'll say it again, of reparations is now on the table. Money for everybody. Big businesses are definitely about to have a problem because of what they have done to us for generations. Big conversation now. Here's the third thing, okay? I do not want anyone saying, all right? Let's not, let me not, I can't say that. Let me be clear about this. The anti-Asian bill that was just passed, okay? Then you have the Equality Act that was passed, okay? You got a host of other LGBTQ bills and laws that were passed. You have Juneteenth. Do not, for one moment, okay, think that you can use our situation as a crutch, okay, to continue to act foolish. People around you need to hold you accountable if you're one of them people that's acting foolish. If you're not going to get involved in continuing to find solutions to what's harboring the black community, get the hell out the black community. Go live somewhere else. Go somewhere, please. All right? And here's the fourth thing I want to bring to your attention. Again, hold the powers that be accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Hold the person to your left and to your right accountable. Call someone you know and hold them accountable. Because the only way that we're going to continue to progress is if we have accountability. Period. Juneteenth, June 19th, is now a national holiday. 3 states recognize it as a paid holiday, and that's D.C., New York, and Delaware. 2 states that don't recognize it as a paid holiday is South Dakota and Hawaii. Okay? And might I say, I believe that it was the Hawaiian governor who started the push and for the anti-Asian bill. But, that's another story for another day. Yo, listen, man, that's my time. I want to say thank y'all for everybody that came in and fell through. Again, let me say this. Yo, Juneteenth, we gotta keep pressing and pushing forward. We can't keep letting our ancestors roll over in their graves. And we got to hold ourselves accountable, man. Got to hold ourselves accountable. June, we have an official holiday that Black people could really, really celebrate, man. And it's on the weekend. Can't go wrong with that. All right. Yo, listen, shout out to everyone who joined me tonight. Shout out to my man, my mentor, my homie, my best friend, man, from childhood, my man Kenny G in the building, my man Sharif, who tuned in tonight. Thank you, man. My man Blue Lobby for Blue Lobby Films is in the building. Man, so many people. My man Truist GPX is in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please go to my YouTube page, like, share, subscribe. You dig what I'm saying? Like and share the podcast, man. Definitely, I'll have the audio available for y'all this week. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. I love y'all, man. Catch y'all next week. Like I told y'all, I may be coming off the 10 o'clock slot to go to 9. I will definitely let you guys know. In the upcoming weeks. Depends on what happens because my job schedule will be changing, things like that. So, hey, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, man. I love y'all so much. Y'all have no idea, man. Thank y'all for y'all support. And that's just about it, man. I'ma holler at y'all later. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.